Good morning. Today is Wednesday. It is August the 11th, 2021. It is the 7th day of school. We're so glad you're here. Mr. Butcher, and it's my job to keep you safe so that you can show us how excellent you can be. We hope you left your average in the car or on the bus and you're ready to have a respectful and responsible day. One of our first responsibilities is to be ready to show respect for our rights we have in this country and our school. We do this by daily saying the pledge to the flag and our school pledge. When we do this, we want to stop what we're doing, no matter where you are, stand up tall, put your hand over your hearts, and say the pledge loudly, clearly, and with pride. Don't worry if you don't know it yet. Just listen and try to follow along. I promise you'll get it in no time. Leading us in our pledge today is Miss Mashburn and Miss Williams.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the Kennedy School Pledge.
I pledge myself as a Kennedy Dragon to be ready for the day ahead of me. I will be respectful of myself, my teachers, and all others I meet throughout the day. I promise to be responsible for myself, my actions, and my learning. I will work my hardest to be the best dragon I can be.
Please take a moment to reflect silently on our day, our activities, and what we hope to accomplish. Another one of our responsibilities is to help keep ourselves safe as well as others. We can do this by making sure that we wash our hands frequently throughout the day. When we wash our hands, we want to make sure that we're using soap and water. If you can't get soap and water, you can use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. We also want to make sure that we are getting all parts of our hands and washing our hands for at least 20 seconds. Let's go ahead and do it together right now. So I'm going to get myself some hand sanitizer. And let's go. Make sure you get the front of the hands, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you get the back of the hands, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the back of the other hand, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in between your fingers, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're getting your fingertips, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your other fingertips, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your thumb, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your other thumb, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get your wrist, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get your other wrist, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now your hands are clean. After we've done our pledges and we've washed our hands and our moment of silence, we want to make sure that we are being respectful to those who have birthdays today. Happy birthday to Kylie Burnett, who is 6 years old, Michael Young, who's 6 years old, and Kaylee Panicia, who is 10 years old. Kaylee, I hope I pronounced your name right. We'll make sure we get your birthday ribbon. Another responsibility we have in the morning is to make our lunch choice. If you have not made your lunch choice, the lunch today is mini corn dogs. They're really good. Shoestring fries, fresh veggie cup, and fruit slushy. If you don't want mini corn dogs, you can always get PB&J or yogurt and muffin. One of our goals this year is to increase our vocabulary. One way we're going to do this is to use pictures to expose ourselves to new and interesting words. Each week we will have a new picture, and each day we'll ask you to look for certain parts of speech. Yesterday we asked you to find nouns. We had Miss Jackson, Mr. Rose, Miss Ham, Miss Shaw, Mr. McCoy, Miss Brown, Miss Bowers, Miss Ballard, and Miss Cooper's class all participated. They gave us lots of nouns, and they even gave it in a sentence. Miss Cooper used the sentence, I can see a purple fish, and it's a thing. So you can see a purple fish on there. Miss Ham gave us a sentence, and it has 1, 2, 3 nouns, and it actually helps us with a vocabulary word. A group of fish is called a school. And then Miss Brown gave us some more words. Seaweed, coral, and clownfish. All right, today you're going to be looking for verbs. Verbs are words that show actions. What are things doing? Are they swimming? Are they hopping? Are they jumping? Are they, so it's telling us what things are doing. When you are done, when you found that, make sure that you complete the Google form. We give you extra points if you put it in sentences. So today we're looking for nouns. What are some of the actions that are going on in this picture? Be creative. Use a lot of words. All right, you guys have been earning Dragon points through your PBIS rewards since the beginning of the school year, and you guys can use those PBIS points to buy things at your classroom store. Your teachers tell you what's in there. Also, at the end of the month, we have a school store, and then we have four quarterly parties. The end of the August month PBIS store is coming up, so I'm going to tell you what is in it. We're going to have 2 stores, and pretty much everything is the same, with the exception of one thing. At both stores, the K2 and the 3 through 5, you can buy a Dum Dum Lollipop for 10 points. At both stores, the K2 and the 3-5, you can get a piece of gum for 25 points. You can get, at the K2 and the 3-5 store, you can get a free Zaxby's meal card. There's only 12 of those available. At the K2 store only, you can bring your stuffed animal as a reading buddy. That's for 50 points. At the 3-5 store only, you can get a Visco sticker for 50 points. At both stores, you can buy sunglasses, great for recess, at 75 points. You can get a fancy KES lanyard for 75 points. You can choose to read on the announcements, only 7 of those for 75 points. You can get an invisible ink pen for 75 points. There's only 30 of those. And then 10 people each grade level can use the Super Soaker and soak Mr. Butcher for 100 points, Mr. Newport for 100 points, or Miss McClenny for 100 points. So the August store, that's what's available. All right, morning message today is on education and making good choices about reading. Hollywood movie producer and director Steven Spielberg once said that when he was a little boy, he spent too much time reading comic books and watching TV. He said he didn't spend enough time reading good books, so he grew up to be a very poor reader. Mr. Spielberg wishes he had made a better choice. He found out that all the money in the world can't make up for a childhood without good books and the joy of reading. But guess what? There's good news. You're still very young, and you can make wiser choices now. So choose to turn off the TV, put down the video game, and pick up a good book instead. Today, remember Mr. Spielberg and make the choice to be the best reader you can be. Something to think about on Mr. Butcher. Make today your masterpiece or not. Remember, choice yours. That's true. I'm just like him. I didn't choose to read a whole lot when I was younger, and I wish I would have. This past summer, I read 66 picture books. And I read some other books too. And it was like being able to go on vacations and learn about new people and go to different places. And it's so cool. And my vocabulary got bigger. I exposed myself to almost 2 million words this past year. And that's just awesome. So make sure you get into the reading. That's why we have a set reading time at the end of each day, so that reading can be part of what you are doing. Try each and every day. I know some of you are struggling with readers. Some of you don't like reading, but try to get better each and every day. The more you do it, the more you're going to like it. That is all we have for announcements, so please help me.
Me and your teachers keep you safe. That is our job.
And your job is to help us keep you safe.
And you can help us by being a ready, respectful, and responsible student who is focused on graduating in the year.
Because when you are a ready, respectful, and responsible student focused on graduation, you are fully committed to student success. I love you very much. Have a Super Shy, or Superhero. The author is Tammy Sawyer, and the illustrator is Arthur Howard. So the author is the person that wrote the words. The illustrator is the person that drew the pictures. Remember, we're reading for several reasons. First reason is to build our vocabulary, expose ourselves to new words. Second reason, so you can see what good readers do. Reading fluently, reading the words correctly, at a good pace, not too fast, not too slow, and with expression. And then also, too, you can get some practice doing what good readers do as they listen for stories, whether they're reading it to themselves or it's being read to them. Think about the characters, who or what the story is about, the setting, where and when the story is taking place, and the sequence of events, what happens first, next, or last, because we want you to comprehend what you're reading, not just read the words. Quiet Wyatt by Tammy Sawyer. It's for those quiet kids, noisy kids, and every kid in between. Wyatt liked quiet, and being quiet worked for Wyatt. He was a spectacular tree in the school play. He was the model visitor at the Dinosaur Museum. He was a total star at Ninja Camp. Wyatt's world was perfectly quiet. Until his class went on a field trip and he was paired with Noreen. Noreen was anything but quiet. "I'm the queen of nature," said Noreen. "Let's do this field trip, buddy." Wyatt gulped. Quietly, of course. "Fishing is my specialty," said Noreen. "This is how you cast a line." Wyatt gaped. Quietly, of course. "I was born for boating," said Noreen. "This is how you paddle a canoe." Wyatt dripped. Quietly, of course. "Wow," said Noreen. "I'm so good at noticing the details, it's scary." Look at all those. It was a very busy field trip. There was bird watching. "Binoculars are for beginners, Wyatt." There was hiking. "This is what you call trailblazing, Wyatt." There was zip lining. "Don't look down, Wyatt." Someone got extra quiet. When it was time to return to the bus, Noreen had lots to say. "Nature's not all I'm good at. There's math and cartwheels and, oops, I almost forgot, I have the gift of song." One thing was clear for the first time in the history of Wyatt. He could not stay quiet. "Noreen! Rocks!" "Thanks," said Noreen. "Glad you think so." Then, "Uh-oh," said Noreen. Whoosh! Loop-de-loop, scoop! "Wow, wow, wow, wow!" Everyone was wowed, especially Noreen. "I'm an excellent ninja," said Wyatt. "Good to know, field trip buddy," said Noreen. The bus headed back to school. "Hey, Mr. Driver," said Noreen, "I know a shortcut." Wyatt didn't know what to say, so he just stayed quiet. But from time to time, Wyatt wasn't so quiet. "See?" said Wyatt. "Oh," said Noreen. Wyatt smiled. Quietly, of course. He still liked quiet. He also liked having a friend. Quiet Wyatt. Do you have any friends in your class that are the quiet Wyatts?